After spending some time with family in Chicago, we make the 3.5-hour drive north to Battle Creek, Michigan, home to Kellogg's cereal and rightfully named the cereal capital of the world. Big news, the drone footage you saw in the intro is indeed mine. We sacked up and purchased a DJI Air 2S. Let's see what this baby can do. Expect drone footage in every vlog from here on out. We make our way inside FIREKEEPERS, right past the sportsbook and into Michigan's largest poker room. The only game that's running right now is a 1-2 $300 cap. We're in for the max. Unfortunately, before we can even see a hand, somebody tells me to get my phone off the table. That's the problem with these smaller areas. There's less vloggers and they're just not used to filming. Good thing I have a phone stand. First hand a note, we look down at ace king from early position. The button straddles on and the big blind calls. I raise it up to $17 in the middle position. Button and the big blind all find a call, so we're going 4 ways to the flop. With $69 in the pot, the flop comes ace queen 5 with 2 hearts. We have the king of hearts in our hand, and when the action checks to us, I bet $21. Only the button puts in the $21 when we're off to the turn, which pairs the queen. It comes the queen of spades. We're first to act, and I don't think there's any reason to check here, so I fire for $41, and the button thinks about it for a little while before flicking in his cards. We take down the first pot of the night. Next hand, we have 400 in our stack. We look down at pocket 10s from the button. Few limps to me and I raise it up to $16, and we get called in 3 spots by the big blind, under the gun, and the hijack. The dealer puts out 3 cards and one of them's a 10. It comes 10, deuce, 4, bang! We flop top set and the action checks to us. Having the board completely locked up here, I find a check, just hoping that somebody catches up on the turn. Turn now comes the 6 of spades, which does bring in 3-5 for the straight. The big blind leads out for $25, which is great news for us. The under the gun postures himself before finding a call as well. And the hijack isn't one to shy away from action. He puts in $25 more, and the action's on me in a great spot. Given the fact that the 6 of spades brings in a straight and also brings in a backdoor flush draw, we definitely need to be raising in position here. I cut out some chips and decide on an amount of $85, which in hindsight I think is a little bit small. I think around 110 to 120 would be a better size. The big blind, who was the initial raiser to $25, puts in the additional 60, indicating a call, and now the under the gun thinks about it before using 2 hands to push in all of his chips into the middle. $250 total. Hijack's done with the hand and the action's back onto us. Obviously on the surface we're trying to play it super calm and collected, but inside we're screaming heck yeah, this guy just put in all of his chips and we probably have the best hand. I think it's important not to snap call him here, just looking to get the big blind to come in as well, but after a little bit of Hollywooding, I tell the dealer I'm all in, as it only is around $100 more for the big blind to call if I shove. Big blind's not interested though, he folds and we're off to a run out. River comes at 8 of diamonds, which isn't ideal because it does bring in 5-7, one of the straight draws, but I don't think the opponent will have played it like that. He turns over pocket 4s and we flip over pocket 10s, set over set. What a cooler here in our third hand at FIREKEEPERS. Nice answer. If it's not broke, don't fix it. We look down at pocket 10s again, under the gun, and I raise it up to $10. The button and the big blind both put in the call, so we're going in between 2 players to the flop, which comes king 9-6 rainbow. Big blind checks to me, and when I'm in between 2 opponents, I usually like to start with a check. That's what I do in this situation, and the button checks behind. When the 4 of spades comes on the turn and the big blind checks to me, I think it's fine to be going for a bet here. I fire for $10. Sure enough, the button gets out of the way, which is an ideal situation for us, so no matter what, we're going to be going in position if called. Big blind does find a call for $10, and we're off to the river, which comes the ace of diamonds. Shouldn't change too much. The opponent checks. I check behind, just looking to get to a cheap showdown. He shows 6-3 of clubs for just a pair of 6s. We turn over our pocket 10s, $51 coming our way. What was that I just mentioned about if it's not broke, don't fix it? Pocket 10s again from middle position 3 times in a row. Can't make this stuff up, and I raise it up to $10 again. Side note, before I made this vlog at FIREKEEPERS, I posted on my YouTube letting my subscribers know that I'd be here. One of those subscribers that was in the Michigan area and made the trek out to see me was our buddy Marty. Marty sits down to our left. When I raise it up to $10, Marty in middle position finds a call, and the small blind does as well, so going 3 ways to the flop. $32 in the pot. The flop gives us a gutter to the straight. It comes king, queen, 9 with 2 clubs. Small blind checks, and I'm out of position to Marty here. I find a check, and he decides on a bet of $17. Small blind gets out of the way, but with our pair and gutter to the straight, I put in $17 and we're off to the turn. Turn comes the 5 of spades, and when I check the flop, I'm going to be checking the turn here, and that's what I do. $66 in the pot, Marty bets $45. At this point, I don't think a price to draw to the straight is good enough. I toss in my cards, and he's nice enough to show us ace-jack of clubs for ace-high. Looks like we had the best hand here, and we're going to be battling with Marty the rest of this video. Next hand, we look down at pocket nines from the big blind. Middle position raises it up to $12, and a player to his left finds a call. Action's back onto me, and I think a 3-bet is fine here, but in this instance, I find a call, and we're going 3 ways to the flop. With $39 in the pot, the flop comes king 6 deuce with 2 diamonds, and I start with a check. The pre-flop raiser checks, and the other middle position player checks as well, so we're still 3 ways to the turn, which comes to 8 of spades. Given the fact that the pre-flop raiser gave up the betting lead and then the late middle position player didn't take advantage of that and find a bet, I start with a $15 bet here into the other 2 opponents. Looking to see where I'm at, the first initial raiser finds a fold, but the late middle position player calls, so we're going heads up out of position to the river, which brings in another lower card, comes a 4 of clubs. When we bet the turn, we're representing a king. When we get called on the turn, we don't have to think that we're necessarily behind. The opponent could be calling us with a variety of straight and flush draws. For that reason, I need to represent the kings in my range here, and I bet small for $15, just making it look like value. The opponent finds a fold, so this play worked out for us here, $69 worth of chips coming our way. We then catch the tail end of a large pot where Marty goes all in with a pair and a flush draw, only to get snapped off by pocket queens, which had him beat in a very large pot here at this 1-2. We then find ourselves in one of the hands of the night here. We look down ace queen of clubs from the button. Middle position raises it up to 10, and the cutoff, who's another vlog watcher who made the drive out here to Firekeepers to see us. His name is Ben, and he's a nice guy. He puts in $10 and the action's on us. Obviously, ace queen is going to be a 3-bet here all day. I pop it up to $33 and both players call. With $105 going 3 ways in position to an outstanding flop, it comes ace 10-9 with 2 clubs. Not only do we have top pair, we have some backdoor straight and obviously the front door flush draw. Both players check inflow to us, which I would expect them to do with their entire range, and the decision is on me. Before you see my action, pause the video right now and let me know down in the comments what you would do here with top pair, great kicker, and the nut flush draw. Interested to see what you guys say. I decided to check here. I just feel like I have way too much of this board locked up. I guess I could be betting targeting worse aces, but in this spot, I find a check and we're off to the turn. Turn comes the 9 of spades and the action is on the middle position player. He decides to lead out here for $35 and Ben finds a call as well. Given the fact that we didn't raise the flop and we get a bet and a call here on the turn, I think a raise is in order. I think I played this hand wrong. You guys can also let me know down in the comments, but I find a call here for $35 and we're off to the river. In hindsight, I would have liked the raise somewhere in the neighborhood of $125. The river though gives us some insurance. It comes to 5 of clubs. We now have the best flush on the board. Obviously, we could be losing to a boat if someone had a hand like 10-9, ace-9, pocket 10s, pocket 5s, something of that nature. Middle position now is scared to continue betting when he gets called in 2 spots. He starts with a check. Ben does as well, and the action's on us, and there's no way I'm checking behind here with the ace-high flush. $210 in the pot. I like a bet size here of $105. Exactly half the pot. Just looking to get called by worse flushes, maybe a 9, maybe a worse ace. I don't know exactly what the opponents are going to have here, but I think 105 is a good chunky bet. Cutoff thinks about it for a while before finding a call, so we're probably good here. In middle position, our buddy Ben, he tosses in his cards, later saying that he folded an ace. We turn over our ace high flush and the cutoff mucks his cards, so a $420 pot coming our way. We later asked the cutoff what he had, and he said he also had an ace. Interesting pot there. Happy for it to be going our way. What's up, you guys? We ran into a subscriber all the way out here in Michigan. His name's Ben. He commented on my post when I let you guys know I was going to be out here in Michigan. What do you think of the game, Ben?
It was pretty good. You played well.
Yeah, we didn't get into any hands, unfortunately, but I've flopped so many sets. If you guys play here or come to the area and you see Ben, give him a pat on the shoulder, buy him a drink. He's a cool guy. Yeah, great seeing you, Ben.
Great meeting, man.
Yeah, I'll catch you again. Yeah. Next hand of note, we look down at pocket 6s from late position. I raise it up to $12 and we get 1 callers going off to the flop. Flop comes king jack 6 with 2 spades. Bang, we flop bottom set. Action's on me. I fire for $10. In the middle position puts in the call, so we're off to the turn. 47 in the pot. The turn brings in the ace of clubs. Not a bad card, because if he was floating the flop with an ace, he now made a good pair. For that reason, I decided to bet $20, and the middle position player finds a call again. So we're off to the river. River comes the 9 of diamonds, and there's $87 in the pot, and if the opponent has a pair, or even maybe two pair like ace-jack, king-jack, ace-6, something of that nature, I want to get max value here, so I decide to put him to the test, and I bet $100. Middle position player has enough of the hand, he folds his cards, and I'm going to show our good fortune to the table. Another set here at FIREKEEPERS, $87 coming into our stack. Last hand of the night, we looked down at pocket 9s from the cutoff. I raise it up to $11 over one limper, and only that player finds a call, so going heads up in position to the flop, which comes all diamonds, king 8-5. Middle position checks, and with 3 diamonds on board and an overcard, I find a check as well, and we're off to the 8 of clubs on the turn. Middle position leads out for $20 into 25. I'm not giving him credit for a king just yet. I also have the 9 of diamonds, so we could suck out on him if he did in fact have one. I toss in $20 more and we're off to the river, which gives us a boat. It comes a 9 of hearts. We now beat any king. Obviously we beat a flush and an 8. Life's pretty good here, and the opponent does not slow down betting. Opponent sticks to the same bet size, $20 as he did on the turn. He only has around 80 behind, 100 total. I think this is a no-brainer all in now that we have the boat. Unfortunately though, after a bit of thinking, the middle position player finds a fold. A small pot going our way to end the session here, but just crazy the amount of sets and boats we've had in this session. Alright you guys, I'm here with Marty. We're just wrapping up the session. Nice to meet you, Marty.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
We had another guy here from Lansing that ran into us and watched our videos as well. We got into the game for 300, out for 916, a profit of 616. Marty was 3-betting the crap out of us. We didn't play any hands with him. We had like 8 high and like ace-jack offsuit, but
Just trying to get in spots for the video.
I know, but, I wasn't letting him have it. Real nice people here at FIREKEEPERS. The floor is very nice as well. They got me into the game very fast. If you guys like this video, drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye! So if you guys are watching this far, you obviously care about me, so I'm gonna let you guys know something. We made 616 in that video, and I paid around $600 used for that drone. I got a really good deal. I finessed the guy on OfferUp. That's not the point. So today that I start using drone footage, first day in the vlog, we paid already for the drone. Jeff Boski is doing the Rolex challenge. I did the drone challenge. Day 1, finished. Guys, like this video. I appreciate it so much. Subscribe. Lots of cool drone footage coming up. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Thanks for watching to the end of my video. Click my head below to subscribe and stay in the loop. See you next time.